Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to pre-market report sponsored by taxbuddy.com and finbingo.com. Maybe you can see my face more bright because we have arranged some extra lighting. First, let us look at the Dow. And Dow is a terrible Dow. There is only one word to describe US market is just crazy. And Dow was minus 400 when we closed our market. Then when they opened, it opened around 400 point minus, and throughout the session, it was trading around that only. In between, it went to minus 650, then came to minus 350. Then around 12:30 midnight yesterday, I just got up. I could not sleep. I was watching the Dow. And then in the last half an hour, Dow fell 400 points from minus 350 to minus 750 almost. That's such a terrible fall in the last half an hour. And usually a bigger fall towards the end of the day is really a cause for concern. Why? Because I always say amateurs open the market and professionals close the market, or retail people open the market, institutions close the market. So definitely that is an institutional selling. And why it was a major cause for concern? Yesterday, for a third day after the Fed meeting, the fall was very big. And look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq has fallen 27% from its recent high, but out of this 27%, and 10% fall has come just in last 3 trading sessions. So this is a complete surrender, complete capitulation by the bulls. And many times in the past also I have observed, and the very, very severe, intense selling, and by the time you realize what is happening, the game will be over in 3 days. And just see, if somebody having a long position in futures, usually in other countries, the margin is around 5 to 6% only, and market falling 10%. And market falling 10% is, we are talking about the market, we are talking about the index. Look at Tesla. Tesla, one stock alone fell yesterday 11-12% because there was a news that the production is being halted in China. So when the stocks fall 20%, 30%, you can imagine how the traders would be wiped out. And I still remember in the beginning of my career in 2008 during the Lehman Brothers collapse, and I was not so experienced. It all took 3 days to wipe out my entire capital. So by the time you realize what is going on, it's gone. That's why always in stock market they say sell first and ask later. So the point here is that 3 days of intensive selling, does it mean that market will recover from here? Not necessary. The only thing you can say, the market may not fall with the same intensity further. And just imagine if the Nasdaq falling at this rate every day, the Nasdaq will go to zero in another 1 month time. And some of the pictures are really very, very scary. The top 5 or 6 IT companies, just in last 3 days alone, have lost 1 trillion market cap. Just imagine 1 trillion US dollars. How much is that in Indian rupee? We have to calculate. And that money is lost in just 3 days only by 5 to 6 companies. And Apple is really not a technology company. It is a product company, but still it has lost market cap about 200 billion. So 200 billion just one company. So we will come back to our market. So our market, SGX Nifty today broke 16,100. Yesterday afternoon it was 16,400 plus. Today morning 16,100 minus. So this is the kind of volatility you are going to see for a few more days. Especially on Wednesday, the US inflation data is coming. So until then, we are going to be in big trouble. So, but right now the US futures have recovered. So therefore SGX Nifty also recovered, and it has recovered almost 100 points. Now trading closer to 16,200. So it should trade around 16,200 because I told you I have taken 16,200 short straddle. So one good thing. Okay, so is there anything good for us? Yeah, I can see one good thing. The crude prices crashed. Just 1 or 2 days before, I was checking, the crude was trading around $112 and $113, and now the crude prices have come down to 103. Other people say, you know, because economy is slowing, demand will slow, but what does it matter? For us, it's a cheaper crude. So maybe some countries may not like crude oil. So some countries may levy 28% GST for transaction in crude oil. So that could be one possible reason why crude prices have crashed. And because, you know, when our country was talking about 28% GST in crypto, the crypto has fallen from 40,000 to 30,000. So in fact, that was evident even yesterday. Yesterday, which is the best recovery stock? It was the Maruti. And yesterday, most of the auto stocks did very well actually. So right now, if any good thing you want to see, it's only the crude price and equal buying by the domestic institutions while FIIs are selling. So they are the only two good things. However, the bad things are plenty. No need to talk about it. So, you know, FIIs continue to sell, and huge selling by FIIs, and they've already sold more than 15,000 crores, and they still have 3 more weeks to go. So I'm sure this time they will cross, because like now our currency also started depreciating. What happens, you know, one set of people will sell, you know, they will transfer the money abroad, because of that rupee will depreciate. Then another set of people will get scared by looking at the currency depreciation. They will sell, they will transfer, again the rupee will depreciate further. So this is a vicious cycle. So you may remember, you know, Newton's first law. So if the market go up, it will continue to go up. Market go down, it will continue to go down unless some external force is acting on it. So we don't know whether this domestic institution can be that external force who can change the direction of the course. So until then, because of this vicious cycle, you know, the market will continue to fall. So if you are looking at the open interest, I think I told you the range for this week is 15,900 to 16,500 by looking at the 16,200 short straddle. And you know, although the range is 15,900, we can expect some kind of good support around 16,000. And this is for weekly. For monthly, I think the range will be about 16,000 to 16,800. So 16,800 is going to be a very, very strong resistance. And surprisingly, yesterday one big trader announced in his Twitter, I was told by my friends, because I don't read Hindi, but it was a little bit in Hindi. So I was told that this trader declared that Nifty will be coming to 16,800 in this month itself. If that is not happening, he will be leaving the Twitter permanently. So maybe he may have to open a another account to see what is happening in Twitter. So any intraday bounce of more than 150 points, and I'm planning to sell 16,500 call option in weekly and 16,800 call option in monthly. But again, although we say things can change overnight, I'm just giving you an example. On Wednesday, there is a inflation data in US. Let us say expected inflation is 7%. Even if it is coming to 6.9%, you know, that's not a big deal. But because Nasdaq has fallen 10% in 3 days, I'm sure there'll be a huge shorts. So the short covering can take the market to any level. So it is possible. But at the same time, so right now this is my view. Nifty will not cross 16,800. I'm selling it. If it crosses, I will see how I can manage it and how I can adjust it. So that adjustment is most important. So that's why I always say, never be a bull, never be a bear. You be a chameleon all the time. But right now, looking at the market setup, the probability of market going to 16,800 in this series itself is very, very low. And that too on back of not so good result from the Reliance. I think the Reliance hype has been punctured and it went up to 2,800 plus. Now it has come to nearly 2,500. So 300 rupees has lost. This 300 rupees, alone would have contributed more than 300 points for Nifty fall. So let us see whether the FIAs have the soft heart to help this trader. So looking at the FIA long position, yesterday it was 22%, now it is 23%. It's not because they added some longs, but some shorts at the lower level would have been covered. So auto stocks will be in focus and IT stocks will be in focus because of Nasdaq. And let us see today who wins, FIAs or DIAs. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you for watching.